So Joseph absolutely loves being here. When he is here, and this happens with a lot of sports, different sports, when he is here, he's excited to be here. He's, you know, he doesn't like to be late. He likes to be here and loves to participate. But that doesn't mean it's easy to get him here. You know, when I say, hey, it's time for class, or we're gonna head over to class, he's already like, what? We have to go, or I'm tired, or I don't feel like going today, or I don't want to go today. Because obviously he doesn't want to stop what he's currently doing, which might be more fun, like if he was, you know, watching TV or playing with his toys or something. So one of the things that helps me, dijo que later. One of the things that helps me to get him ready is, now I try to give him some transitioning time. Like, hey, we're leaving in 1 hour. And then maybe I'll set the clock and say, hey, you know, you have 1 hour to play. We're leaving in an hour. Then later, hey, listen, we're leaving in 30 minutes. Let's start thinking about cleaning up or something. Or, okay, we're leaving in 10 minutes. So I give him some time to transition. So I'm being kind of friendly towards that. But at the same time, I'm being very firm, like, no, we absolutely have to go. Because when he says, like, oh, well, I don't want to go today, or I don't feel like going today, I say, no, like, you absolutely have to go. There's practice today. And if we don't go every day, if we don't show up to practice, we're not going to progress. We're not going to get the next color belt. And the other thing, sometimes, you know, I'm very firm. I say, hey, listen, if you don't go today, then I'm canceling the whole month. I'm not going to pay for something that we're not using. I think it's really important to show him commitment and discipline, and that has to come from the parents pushing them. Like, you have to go to practice today. Like, it's not optional. Like, just like, you know, I have to go to work today, even though I'm tired or I'm not excited, but I have to go. It's part of my responsibility. So I push him as far as responsibility goes. Like, we have practice today, we have to go. It's not optional. Then, but when he's here, he's super excited to be here. Like, he loves coming here. As opposed to maybe a different sport that we've tried in the past where he didn't want to go. And when we were there, he wasn't happy to be there and he didn't want to go there. Like, we've tried some team sports and he was not excited about them. Even you know, when it was the last game and it was going to be a fun event and a party and some trophies, he didn't want to go. So that really told me, like, okay, he doesn't like this sport and we're not going to re-enroll for next year. But overall, when we try a sport, we give it a full 1 year commitment. We have to stick to it, and he has to go to the practices, especially now that he is, how old is he now? He's 9 years old. So when he was a little bit younger, like 3, 4, and 5, maybe I was a little bit more flexible about the, oh, I'm tired, I don't feel like going today. But now at this age, I absolutely make him stick to his commitment. So if there's practice, like, we have to show up. It's not optional. Oh, last time I forgot his belt. This time we didn't. I think right now it fell off of him and we might put it back on. But last class I did forget his belt and I felt terrible because he was supposed to earn a stripe and I forgot the belt. But I think now what I want to do is I'm going to put in the car like a plastic bin. And, you know, maybe like those plastic bins that have 2 drawers or 3 drawers, and put in there some of his sports gear, because he does have like 2 or 3 different classes going on. Like right now he's doing taekwondo during the week and he's doing wrestling on the weekends. So I can put in those plastic bins, you know, put like a Sharpie marker or on a tape, put the name of the sport, and then put his gear there. So whenever we show up, his stuff is ready to go. You know, like those specific shoes, or the belt, the accessories, the little towel or whatever goes with that particular sport. Because it feels terrible that when we're at class, you know, he forgot something. Another tip I heard once at a book was that, like, let's say they're going to soccer and they have a duffel bag, like on the bag, maybe tape a checklist. Like you can even laminate a checklist of all the things that are supposed to be in the bag. And 30 minutes, an hour before class, say, hey, check your bag, make sure everything's in there. And then if they forget it, then it's their responsibility. But for me, like, I have to remember that, you know, it is natural for us. It is natural for us to forget things. It's natural for us to forget things, so it's important for me to help him remember, or giving him the reminders and the cues as opposed to, you know, the punishments. I don't want to go straight to a punishment like, oh boy, you forgot your belt, it's your fault, your responsibility, it's your sport. No, I want to maybe say, hey, listen, let's put all your stuff in the car, and that way it's there. Or give him that extra reminder, like 30 minutes before class. Hey, do you have all of your things? Like, do you have a checklist? Let's check your checklist, make sure you didn't forget anything. So those are some of the things too that help me. Is one, the checklist, the reminders, time to transition, and then just being really firm about, we absolutely have practice today. It's not optional for you to not go.